Cascais ground, Cessna November uniform Mike Alpha November request taxi for takeoff departing straight out.
Cessna November uniform Mike Alpha November taxi to and hold short of runway 35. Contact tower on 119.905 when ready.
Taxiing hold short runway 35 Cessna Mike Alpha November. Cascais Tower Cessna November uniform Mike Alpha November ready at runway 35 straight out departure.
Cessna November uniform Mike Alpha November cleared for takeoff runway 35 straight out departure approved.
Cleared for takeoff runway 35 Cessna Mike Alpha November.
Alpha November, you are leaving my airspace. Frequency change approved.
Cascais Tower Cessna November Uniform Mike Alpha November frequency change.
The Pena Palace is a Romanticist castle in São Pedro de Penaferrum, in the municipality of Sintra, on the Portuguese Riviera. The castle stands on the top of a hill in the Sintra Mountains above the town of Sintra, and on a clear day it can be easily seen from Lisbon and much of its metropolitan area. It is a national monument and constitutes one of the major expressions of 19th century Romanticism in the world. The palace is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and one of the 7 wonders of Portugal. It is also used for state occasions by the President of the Portuguese Republic and other government officials. Cabo de Roca or Cape Roca is a cape which forms the westernmost point of the Sintra mountain range, of mainland Portugal, of continental Europe, and of the Eurasian land mass. It is situated in the municipality of Sintra, near Azóia, in the southwest of the district of Lisbon. In 1755, the Great Lisbon earthquake destroyed a large portion of the city. Around 1774, the Marquis of Pombal, Prime Minister of King Jose I, took protective measures for the commercialization of the wine of Carcavelos and established the royal factory of wool in the village, which existed until the early 19th century. During the invasion of Portugal by Napoleonic troops in 1807, the citadel of Cascais was occupied by the French, with General Junot staying some time in the village. The citadel decayed gradually until King Louis I decided to make Cascais into his summer residence. From 1870 to 1908, the Portuguese royal family from the House of Braganza, Saxe-Coburg and Gotha stayed in Cascais to enjoy the sea, turning the quiet fishing village into a cosmopolitan address. Thanks to King Louis, the citadel was equipped with the country's first electric lights in 1878. Cascais also benefited with the construction of better roads to Lisbon and Sintra, a bullfight ring, a sports club, and improvements to basic infrastructure for the population. Many noble families built impressive mansions in an eclectic style commonly referred to as summer architecture, many of which are still to be seen in the town centre and environs. The first railway arrived in 1889. Another important step in the development of the area was made in the first half of the 20th century with the building of a casino and infrastructure in neighbouring Estoril. Belay Tower, officially the Tower of St. Vincent, is a 16th century fortification located in Lisbon that served as a point of embarkation and disembarkation for Portuguese explorers and as a ceremonial gateway to Lisbon. It was built during the height of the Portuguese Renaissance and is a prominent example of the Portuguese Manueline style, but it also incorporates hints of other architectural styles. The structure was built from Lias limestone and is composed of a bastion and a 30-meter, 4-story tower. Since 1983, the tower has been a UNESCO World Heritage Site, along with the Jeronimos Monastery. It is often portrayed as a symbol of Europe's age of discoveries and as a metonym for Portugal or Lisbon, given its landmark status. It has incorrectly been stated that the tower was built in the middle of the Tagus and now sits near the shore because the river was redirected after the 1755 Lisbon earthquake. In fact, the tower was built on a small island in the Tagus River near the Lisbon shore. The Sanctuary of Christ the King is a Catholic monument and shrine dedicated to the Sacred Heart of Jesus Christ overlooking the city of Lisbon, situated in Almada, in Portugal. It was inspired by the Christ the Redeemer statue of Rio de Janeiro, in Brazil, after the Cardinal Patriarch of Lisbon visited that monument. The project was inaugurated on the 17th of May 1959, while Portugal was ruled by the authoritarian president of the Council of Ministers António de Oliveira Salazar, who gave his final permission for the project. The giant statue in cement was erected to express gratitude because the Portuguese were spared the effects of World War II. The 25 de Abril Bridge is a suspension bridge connecting the city of Lisbon, capital of Portugal, to the municipality of Almada on the left bank of the Tagus River. It was inaugurated on August 6, 1966. It is often compared to the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco, because they are both suspension bridges of similar color. It was built by the American Bridge Company, which constructed the San Francisco-Oakland Bay Bridge but not the Golden Gate. With a total length of 2,277 meters, it is the 43rd largest suspension bridge in the world. From 1966 to 1974, the bridge was named Salazar Bridge in honor of Portuguese Prime Minister António de Oliveira Salazar, who ordered its construction. 20 workers died during its construction, many more than were announced at the time. After the Carnation Revolution, which overthrew the remnants of Salazar's dictatorship, the bridge was renamed for April 25, the date of the revolution. It is also sometimes called the Tagus River Bridge or, in Portuguese, Ponte sobre o Tejo. Neighbouring Portugal acquired independence in 1668 after revolt and war protracted by the stubborn determination of Philip IV to maintain his patrimony. This small country had suffered since 1580 from its Spanish connection. Resentment at the loss of part of Brazil and most of its Far Eastern colonies had been a major cause of the revolt. The Portuguese did not see their interests as lying with Spain in partnership with Austria and war against France and Holland. the reorientation of foreign policy and alliance with England by the Methuen Treaty 1703 brought respite rather than restoration. When Sebastian Pombal became the virtual dictator of Portugal as chief minister of Joseph I, he instituted drastic change. If the rebuilding of Lisbon after the great earthquake of 1755 is his memorial, he is also remembered for his assault on the Jesuits. Spain, France, and Austria followed his lead in expelling the powerful religious order, whose grip on education seemed to minds to obstruct progress. Founded on the 28th of February 1904 as Sport Lisboa, Benfica is one of the big three clubs in Portugal that have never been relegated from Primeira Liga, along with rivals Sporting CP and FC Porto. Benfica are nicknamed as Agrias, for the symbol atop the club's crest, and Os Encarnados, for the shirt colour. Since 2003, their home ground has been the Estádio da Luz, which replaced the larger, original one, built in 1954. Benfica is the most supported Portuguese club and the European club with the highest percentage of supporters in its own country, having over 230,000 members and an estimated 14 million supporters worldwide. The club's anthem, Ser Benfiquista, refers to Benfica supporters, who are called Benfiquistas. E pluribus unum is the club motto, Ogia Vitoria, the mascot. Sporting Clube de Portugal is a football club based in Lisbon, Portugal. Founded on the 1st of July 1906, Sporting is one of the Tres Grandes clubs in Portugal, along with rivals SL Benfica and FC Porto, that have never been relegated from the top flight of Portuguese football, Primeira Liga, since 1934. Sporting are nicknamed Leões and Verde e Brancos. The club's anthem, A Marcha do Sporting, was written in 1955. On July 2020, Sporting announced that it had 106,625 active members, following its last recount.
Tower Cessna November Uniform Mike Alpha November is 2 miles west with Alpha to land.
Cessna November Uniform, Mike Alpha November Tower. Fly left traffic, runway 21. QNH 29er, 2 wind 274 entry.
Make left downwind runway 21 Cessna Mike Alpha November.
Mike Alpha November cleared to land runway 21. Wind 274 at tree. Cessna, Mike Alpha November, please acknowledge.
Cleared to land runway 21 Cessna Mike Alpha November.
Cessna, Mike Alpha November, turn next taxiway. Cessna, Mike Alpha, November exit, runway when able. Cessna Mike Alpha, November contact ground on 118.505.
Going to 118.505 Cessna Mike Alpha November. Ground Cessna November uniform Mike Alpha November taxi to parking.
Cessna November uniform Mike Alpha November taxi to general aviation parking using taxiway Charlie Cross runway 35.
Taxiing to general aviation parking using taxiway Charlie Cross runway 35 Cessna Mike Alpha November.